TwoCrowsS fans, air conditioners and inanimate carbon rods. It's Ali and Ant with hashtag
TwoCrowsS Footy, Ali.
Yeah, episode 24, Anthony.
24?
Yeah, big draft wrap. Draft wrap. It's bigger than a Christmas present, the draft, over 3 days. I'm a bit tired.
Christmas tune out.
Which one would you like to sing, Anthony? Dashing
Jingle
through the
bells,
snow.
jingle bells,
Yep,
jingle
okay, that's it.
all the
So
way.
anyway, it was Christmas.
Oh, look at that. Our program's just shut down from our singing, Ali.
Sick of us already.
It
Sick
did
of
in
us
North
already.
Melbourne.
Yeah, your computer died. Oh, not fair. I'm going to call this the big draft wrap, aka we finally land a big fish.
Yes. Fish. Fishker.
Fish. You call him Fishker.
Is it Fishker?
No, it's Fisher.
Fisher.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like someone that goes out looking for fish. It's alright, Ant's just catching up to date.
Well, I can't even get his surname right, Ali. Is it Mackesy?
Mackesy.
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 So it's not McCasey.
It's not McCasey, it's
Okay.
Mackesy.
So it's
Which
not
I'm
like
sure I'll pronounce wrong.
Dode.
Yeah, it's like I will pronounce it wrong somewhere in the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course. So, and the 3-day draft extravaganza has been run, won, and done.
Thank goodness, Ali. Over 2 nights, honestly.
2 nights enough.
It should be 1 night complete.
No. I don't mind.
Well, so you like the whole dragging out? and the
No,
whole...
I do not. But I understand it from
It
a
allows
crew's
clubs
perspective.
to trade their
Yeah, it
pick.
does.
But honestly,
look what
when the
we've done
bids
in that
come
one.
in, it
That
just
takes a bit long.
drags right out.
There was that one right about when we traded with Sydney and
Adrian
there was
Dodoro,
that bit
the
and I'm
wanker.
like...
We had dribble.
I did. I was so well balanced. I had drool coming out both sides of my mouth. I was that disengaged with the draft. I'm like, at least have a bit of hold music. And yeah. But anyway, so we've
Old music.
6 new players to the Crows family. Really happy
Nice
about
ones.
our picks.
They're all nice.
They're all nice, they're all wonderful, and they're all amazing, and they're all
They're all
first
gonna
round
make it
picks,
too.
basically. Absolutely. Just to give you a quick run off the top of the head, because Ant and I'll go into in depth on each player.
Yeah.
Then we'll both give our 2 cents worth of what we think of the draft and the strategy and everything else. We'll mention quickly a bit of Heath Younie as well from the SANFL.
yes.
We had a couple of players picked up there.
That's feather in his hat. Yeah.
Who we thought were the potential draft winners and who we thought is the potential draft bust. So which clubs outside the Crows, we won't include us, that we think did well and which ones we think busted it. Then we'll have a quick chat about the pre-season. Who do we think's the one to watch or who can break into the side, as Ant would call it, a debundant,
Yes.
a debutante. And we shall take it from there. Anthony. Does that sound good?
That sounds
I'm just
brilliant to
checking you're
me.
still here.
Yes.
Good. Okay, well, first with pick 6, Adelaide Crow selected Fisher Mackesy, as we've discussed already. Pick 24, very happy about this, well, Ali was, Harry Schoenberg,
Yep.
SA's best midfielder. Pick 28, got a slider end, got a bargain. We went to Audi bargain buys.
Black Friday
It's
on
Black
Thursday.
Friday. Friday on Thursday.
For the
And
Crowies.
we picked up Josh Worrell. I'm really happy about that one.
Yeah, appears to be a good kid.
And then it went all off script. Haggis specials everywhere. Correct? Would you say
He was
that?
just pulling off the
Oh.
Harry.
Next player, Ronan O'Connor. That was pick 42. People are going, who's Ronan O'Connor? And that's a good question to ask because we didn't know. And then even further left field, because you think Haggis goes left field, and then he goes so far left field, he'd be on a baseball. He'd be playing for the Adelaide Giants. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lachlan Gallant.
Gallant.
Gallant. I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced.
It's not Golland.
Let's say Gallant, it sounds nicer. I'm going to say that anyway. And then today, day 3 of the extravaganza that was, all surprises, all mature ages, and only 2 of them.
Would you call them mature ages? See,
I call them, they're still young babies to me.
yeah,
but
22-year-olds.
I think as soon as they're over the draft
Yeah,
age, they just
yeah.
call mature ages.
Yeah.
But they've both been in existing systems.
And good systems.
Absolutely.
Successful systems.
Pick 7 was Ben Keys, ex-line midfielder / he'd been playing forward for the last year. And pick 21 was Ben Crocker, ex-Pie, midfielder / forward. And 31, Pass. So we'll talk about that and what we think the old
Yes.
Hag is up to.
Right, sort of
Hag
projects.
meaning Haggis.
Haggis
I've got my
says.
ideas and theories with that.
Well, I'd like
Anthony.
to hear your theory about that.
Oh, good, because I've got one.
It could be so.
I was going to say, I had a thought, and then I got a cramp because
Yeah.
I wasn't used to
You've
doing that.
speculated.
Well, I had 2 thoughts and then I got a cramp because it was a bit too much for me. First pick on the draft was Fisher Mackesy at pick 6. Now, I must admit, when Sydney took Dylan Stevens, I gasped a little bit like.
Well, as you said,
It's
you've
one
seen
two.
it. You've seen him appear on the screen, and your heart
really
was out
good
of your chest.
AFL. You could actually see the players on the screens
That's a bit poor.
before they nominated their pick. Some clubs turned their screens around, and
We
others
did.
just had them there for everyone to see, and you could see the player. And that was really disappointing, to be honest. But anyway, we got Fisher Mackesy. He was high. Those two were probably neck and neck on our list,
Yeah.
and it was a big need. Would that be correct?
Bloody oath. Yeah.
Key position player, a defender, can also slide forward. So let's hear a little bit about him. There's a variance on his height and weight. At the moment, we've got him at 197 and 91 kilos.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So plays both ends,
197.
defence.
Wow.
Things I liked about him. Now, if you're really good people, you can actually go on the NAB League app and you can sign up. And it gives you access to players and their game. So there's 7 videos of Fisher playing for the Sandringham Dragons. So I sat and watched them all, Anthony, and I wrote down little notes. Would you like me to read them to you?
Yes, go for
Okay.
it.
So what I liked, first note here with a line underneath it was marking.
Oh, well.
Bloody good.
Our marking inability for the past 2 years has been non-existent, Ali.
Exactly. He can go back with the pack. He's not scared to take that mark going back in the pack. He's not scared to float across the front. He's not scared to hit the ground. He intercept marks beautifully.
Athletic.
Take a pack mark. See this marking thing I've got going on in my head?
Good hands by the sounds
Take
of
it up
Ali.
at the high point.
Yeah.
He can come off his man. He knows when to stay. He knows when to hold. Knows when to fold. He can kick a goal from outside Footy, no doubt.
Nice.
Watch that happen a few times. Just not in the 45 metres, when you're about 30 metres on the boundary line. Not so good there.
Okay.
But that was just one video I saw. He reads the play well. He has excellent footy IQ. He's one thing I really like, he's always watching the ball. Not ball watching. He's watching the ball and not getting caught with what the player's doing. He's just always looking where it is. He's not distracted by players trying to do things. So that's his focus. I really, really like that. Tackles. That big, and he loves to tackle.
That's good.
And he can spin out of the contest. Take the impact and spin out of the contest and run on.
Nice.
Saw that a couple of times.
Nice.
Looked fantastic. Takes kick-ins. Not much this boy can't do. His teammates look to give him the ball when things are in a crisis, and he can just...
Steady.
Yep.
So that's leadership.
Absolute perfect word, Anthony. Very calm. He can pinch hit and ruck.
God.
Keeps his feet in the contest. Like, he does his best to stay, instead of just diving on the ball, he tries to keep his feet.
Yep.
Looks for first give, but will hold when needed. Can kick to space to get the ball moving forward. Sets up play from defence. See, this is one player I'm talking about here.
Ali, he's going to be the team.
I think he is. We
By
just
the
need to
sounds of
put him
it.
everywhere. There are some improvements. Kicking composure, like just sometimes it is jumping on the boot. And his athleticism, although he can do all these things, he needs to get a bit more of a tank.
So, from that synopsis of Mackesy, Ali,
You like that?
I like that a lot. But what I'm picking up, there's a trend going on here.
With this one
is,
player.
Yeah, leadership.
Tick.
Knows when to go fast and knows when to go slow.
Decision making.
Decision making.
Yep.
But from my
You've got notes
synopsis
there.
from watching him,
Yep.
I love that he has the ability to stop play. So
needed. Not panicking.
Not panicking, but as you said, he can read the ball in the air, so therefore he can mark the ball. He's stopping play. So what happens when you're stopping play? You're getting the ball going back the other way.
And
So I like that.
Yep.
So we're setting up play as well as stopping play.
Yep.
I like it.
Any additional notes you had there? Sorry to end.
Yeah, so this is quite an intriguing bit of information here. So obviously Rao and Anderson went picks 1 and 2.
Correct.
You would think that either one of those two players would have got the MVP for Vic Metro.
I would, Anthony. I would have it. I'd have my pen.
And I'd be permanent texter, Ali.
I'd be ready to write. But would I be correct?
No, you're not.
Why
you
not,
won the
Anthony?
MVP. Fisher Mackesy won the MVP for Vic Metro this year
the
over those two boys. Now that's impressive.
That's extremely impressive. I'm actually colour me impressed.
That's I like that.
Now there was one thing though we could be like, oh,
Perfect Daniel Taylor replacement, isn't he?
Oh, how tall's Tars?
No, he's about 198, I think.
Okay, well he's still growing, so let's just hope he's got a couple centimetres left in him. But yes, and I think he's got more. I love Tars, but I think he's got more strings to his bow.
I agree.
I think he's that next level.
Tarley's that real dour. You're not going to get a kick on me, son.
Yeah,
today.
exactly. Yep. Yeah. He did miss the last 2 games of his Sandringham Dragons.
Yeah.
And he had a stress fracture in his foot.
Yeah. Okay.
And that hasn't been put. I found that out. Oh, I did my
Stress
homework.
fracture in his foot.
Yes, but he's okay.
Oh.
He's okay because otherwise that would have been brought up.
I don't like that.
1,000 times.
Okay,
but that's Fisher Mackesy. Now that's our highest ever draft pick for the
we
Adelaide Crows.
went and did some good fishing there, Ali.
We did. I'm mega happy with him.
Yeah.
The more I look at it, I'm like, that not only fills a need, they've also got potential captain ticked. Now I know we like that type of player, but listen to him speak. Go watch the interviews. Speaks well, composes himself. Doesn't seem rushed, panicked. He just very well balanced.
Defenders well. I will give our recruiting team that we pick our defenders very well.
I wholeheartedly agree. So should I go on to the next player?
Yes.
Pick number 24, a local boy, Harry Schoenberg from Woodville West Torrens, 182 centimetres, 83 kilograms of pure man-made muscle. Now he's from Marrable, up in the mid-north. And why Marrable?
Country lad, eh?
Country lad. Well, that's where my nan and pa first lived, and my mum, when they first were married in Marrable, and then they moved to Uganda and never really went near since. So
is he going to be your favourite player?
He's already moving up the list. He's moving up my list. Like, I had Fisher there, but I've got a couple now. I might have... how did you like him? Who did you think he could replace?
I think he could replace Sloane.
See, I thought he was more...
I think once he loses his puppy fat, and he, is he's won that position outside of the fat club.
Oh, that's not
which
nice.
the Crows do have a fat club.
I'm sure they call
Tommy
it something
Doodle.
else.
No, that's what Tommy Doodle called it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I think once he graduates from that club, he'll be.
He's going to be a beast.
He's going to be good.
You know how I've been wanting my piggies in the middle? I call them my pigs. That's a compliment too, by the way. I want some midfield pigs. Am I correct? Yes. Piggies in the middle. That's how he wants piggies in the middle. Yes. I think he's one of my piggies in the middle. You like it? It's not really positive. I just want to say a midfield ball.
I want my
piggy in the middle. No, piggy in the middle. I think he's potential to be one of those. He's a hard nut.
So you've got your pigs.
I've got 2 pigs, but we'll go on about him later. I heard him on Rowan Bix this afternoon. He's full of energy. The Crows and the Lions were dead keen on him.
And the Lions.
Lions, he thought they could have picked him, but obviously they got the chance for Dev Robertson, who people had just above, obviously. Harry was on our list you can see that coming a long way. He's been working for the Crows. He's been doing the Crows Kids Zone. He's been handing out merch for the Crows. He was a Hawk supporter. His dad was a Pear supporter, who's now happily running around in Crows gear at home, apparently.
Oh, that's nice.
Happy as. And as I found out, I went to school with his mum.
No, you go.
So, and my brother, because my family is still up there.
Age now.
I know, shut up. But I said to him, and my brother's first words, and here's a scoop for you.
This
is my brother, country lad talking. So I've cut out all the swear words because he just talks in expletives. But he was like, "Well, he ain't no feral. He's come from a bloody good family."
Footy.
He said he's come from a bloody good family. He said he'd be a good egg. That's what he said about him.
That.
And my brother would not.
He's given him a reference.
He just said his parents. If there's anything to go by his parents,
personal character.
He said they are top-notch people. So that's really good.
I like that.
Back to his football ability. SA MVP for the Under-18 Championships in a team that had Dylan Stevens and Jackson Mead in it. MVP. Second highest ball winner across the carnival with an average of 27 disposals.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a balanced in and out game, can play even a little bit up on the wing. His strengths: clearance work, accumulation, getting hold of the nut, tackling pressure, work rate, strength. The only thing he needs to pump himself up a little bit more speed, which he said he's working on.
Yeah, once he loses his puppy fat.
His endurance and getting on the scoreboard. Other things that I like just from watching him: elite. This is noted actually about him from elite decision making.
Okay.
Awareness,
Okay.
brilliant
that's
in
good.
traffic, sets up teammates, strong in the contest, loves to tackle. Nearly half of his possessions are contested.
I like that. So therefore, if he sets up his teammates,
Yep.
he must put his teammates in better positions with the ball.
Yep.
And if he does
Go and
that,
watch the footage of him.
if he does that, well, we lack that a lot.
He's one that gets his head in over it, but without... they don't get in the way,
Do
if
you
that
know
makes
what I mean?
sense. Yeah, really like him. What are your notes there on Hazard?
Oh, look, I think because
Hazmat.
he is a really good decision maker, I do believe that he could have a squirt down in defence. I think.
I thought he was a defender.
I
got it
think
very
he
wrong.
could. When things are a little bit hot down there, I reckon he could. Hey, Nixie, we're going to put Schoenberg down back. You find Marty
calm
Mattner.
head.
Yeah.
MVP, he's got leadership written all
Yeah.
over him as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Just saying, put that out there.
There's a few trends here, Ali. It's a small sample size.
Small sample size. Jeez. That's it. Last potty of the year, and he's dropped it out there again. Oh, God. I've got something, though, I've saved just for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Hope I haven't written it anywhere else, because I really
This is
wanna
like
make sure
Christmas,
I've got
Ali.
It is.
Isn't it?
We even sang like Christmas carols. Pick 28. We went to Aldi, Black Friday, bargain buys. We picked up a tall defender who is not really just a defender, by the name of young Josh Worrell, a left footer, no doubt. 195 centimetres, from the Sandringham Dragons, and he's good mates with Fisher Mackesy. Bingo,
Yeah, that's
74
clever.
kilo.
Even though Cow Toomey doesn't believe that does anything.
Nah, I've got a note.
I think
I've
it
got
does.
some notes on
I
this.
think it does.
Yeah, I've got some notes. Now, what I like to call Joshy, because I'm going to call him Joshy, being on a first name basis with him, is Mr. Versatile. If you've watched the footage, you hear that everyone talk about him, his defence work.
Yep.
Though most people say he is best suited as a defender, he is fierce. He really wants to just win. Yeah, that's his, at the contest. He can
We've
also
got
play
competitors,
forward.
Ali.
That's the word I'm looking for, competitor. Play forward, he kicks 7 goals straight, I think, in this. He can play on the wing. 195 centimetre man running around on the wing. Not bad.
Justin Westhoff type.
But also in the midfield. He's even had squirts in the midfield.
Wow.
195 centimetres in the midfield. I like it a lot. Leading goal kicker for Vic Metro until he was injured.
I'm just going to sneeze.
Oh. Bless you,
Thank you.
Anthony. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh. Full of your own magnificence again?
Oh, yeah. It's just trying to get out.
That's good. Too much. Too much. It's got to get out. Leading goal kicker, as I mentioned, great closing speed with repeat efforts. Do you like that?
I like that.
A lot?
If he's got good... We don't have that. We
No.
don't have that in the team closing
It's just
speed.
that. Well, Keithy was. He was just off.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up to it.
Yeah.
But I like it. Takes a clunker and is a sound goal kicker.
Keithy wore his man very tight.
Okay, so this guy's just going to come in.
Yeah.
Yep. Plays well contested, positions himself well on the field and to get the ball. Uses the ball well, great decision maker.
Yep.
Another one.
I like that.
Impact all over the ground, reads the ball, good kick, great rebound. Improvements, just needs to build his tank and consistency. Obviously, he's been injured, so he needs to get back and build himself up from there. Has a personality, or as Anthony called it, he said it himself.
He's a smart ass.
Yeah. And I was like, oh,
Shit stirrer.
that's an unusual thing. Not necessarily a shit stirrer, but smart mouth. But I think that's he said it in a way. He talked about it himself, his words. But it's a culture thing. He said it's a personality, which I think we've adding.
We're sort of going away from. We're bringing in a bit of personality, and it's nice, Ali. It's nice.
It's tangible.
It's
now.
nice.
It's not just talking.
Rubbing my fingers together here.
That's like the money symbol. Yeah, it's close
Well, it
enough.
might because they might bring us a premiership.
Oh, true. Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
He kicks like a small, marks like a tall. That was some notes written about
That's
him.
nice.
Yeah. High-end intercept defender. And these words written about him, first round lock.
Pardon?
First round. They said he was
Oh,
on to go in
okay.
the first round.
Do you know who
but
I...
his injury, they think, is what dropped him back. And then he just...
Shoulder?
Yeah, shoulder Rico. And I saw when he did it, I watched the bit, he just flew across this guy and to get behind the tackler. And
He's very
good.
courageous.
Yeah. Pick 28, we got him.
Yeah. That's good. Because you know who I thought... You know that Worrell who plays cricket for South Australia or played cricket for South
I think
Australia?
so.
I thought it was a relation of his.
Oh, no.
But no.
It's even Worrell's from where I'm from. I'm like, oh yeah, make it number 2, please. No, wasn't at all.
Wasn't happening.
Next, pick 42. Haggis goes to Haggis's script. Haggis special number 1.
Haggis.
Okay. I believe it's 191, 192 to 83 to 85 kilo.
Yeah. Another pig.
Piggy in the middle. A gentleman by the name of Ronan. That was Ronan just coming in. He's just heard me. That's what he's going to be like, tearing through the midfield. Now, this guy has speed to burn.
That's just one about
That's
Woody's
what
name.
that's what Two Crows. He just wanted to yell at go Two Crows. He's a tall inside midfielder. He played for Claremont WA. He also captained the Claremont Colts to their premiership this year.
Yeah.
Captain. You can call him a bull. Mr. Jackson will call him a ram. I call him my piggy in the middle. Piggy number 2. You know how happy
You were
I'm about
saying
that.
last night,
Yes.
I reckon you said it about 5 or 10 times.
Probably
We
11.
haven't got a Western Australian yet. And when we finally got one. You were like, yes, I
I
told
was
you.
very happy about
We
that.
get a Western
I
Australian.
just wanted one, like just for something different.
But what about what Peter Sumich said about Ronan?
Oh, yeah, have you got the
Ronan
note
Keating.
there? Ronan Keating,
No, because
yeah.
I couldn't open the article. Paywall.
That's right. He said some nice things.
Friggin' paywalls.
Yeah, but he said he was a gun,
Yeah, he was.
essentially. He's a bull on the inside, thrives on contested
Underrated.
ball. Very underrated. Consistent, plays also off half-back.
Yep.
He's your prototype midi at 192
So it's the
centimetres.
modern mid, huh?
Ready-made for senior football.
Yeah.
Oh. Sets up teammates, has great vision. The word TEAM, you could tattoo it across him.
Yep.
How does that sound?
Yep.
And strengths, tackling, contested work, nearly 50% again.
Oh.
Work rate, clearances,
So it's a head and a hole
leadership,
type
speed, natural born leader. These are notes I found from comments everywhere. A two-way runner. Improvements, his
We like
outside
that.
game and scoreboard
So does he
impact.
get Guernsey 26? And I've got what Peter Sumich
That's
said.
what... Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Sumich said, this kid has got
Sumich.
a lot of upside. He's got a bigger body, and if you tell him to do something, he'll do it.
So
WA Under-18s coach Peter Sumich on the hidden draft gem, Ronan O'Connor.
Beautiful. Now, I've actually gone in, because I'm a bit excited about this
Yes.
one, and found some notes on Ronan from his year, like when he played at Claremont. See if you can pick a theme. I'll read you just a couple of bits and pieces. It's got, the Claremont captain was a bull in the midfield for the Tigers, that's the team they're playing for, often throwing his weight around to win the contested possessions and clearances for his team. He finished 17 possessions, 3 inside 50s, a brilliant captain's performance. His attack on the ball and the man were a real feature of his game.
Yep.
The Morris Jr. was his brutal self in the midfield, throwing his big frame around to win the contested ball for his team. He finished 17 possessions, 6 tackles, 3 marks, and a powerful performance. Stationed off the half-back flank, O'Connor was excellent for the Tigers. Behind the play, O'Connor was setting up his fellow defenders, and when the ball was in his area, he attacked it with vigour and intent. His skills off half-back were also solid, as he was able to set up plenty of forward opportunities for his team. 13 clearances, 3 marks, 3 clearances, 2 tackles, and 2 rebounds. Situated in defence, he was solid for the Tigers, often repelling Subiaco's attacking forays. He gave the 12 posies, laid 6 tackles, 3 marks, but it was his leadership down back that caught the eye. His ability to communicate with his teammates about where they should position themselves was outstanding for someone his age. Again, the Morris Jr. was a bull in the midfield, throwing himself into stoppages to win the ball for his team. Collected 20 possessions, laid an equal game-high 9 tackles, as he tried to give Claremont the ascendancy around the stoppages.
Okay, so loves the contested ball.
Yep.
So Nixie will love that. He's a head and the hole type player.
Yep.
Team player.
Yep.
Understands and reads the play well.
Yep.
Leadership qualities.
Yep.
And versatile.
Yep. Anything else you got there?
No, you've covered it all
I've got
there.
it. This was a project one I was pretty excited about.
The next one I'm intrigued about because
Ah.
he appears to be a real project player for us, but raw.
Very raw. Rawer than a prawn in the sun. Pick 48. The Adelaide Crows, aka Haggis Special, hashtag number 2, Lachlan Gallant, called a cannons boy.
Okay.
191 centimetres,
We picked
but
one, we picked
72 kilograms wringing wet.
Oh, yes.
Project player. Outside midfielder. If again, get on the NAB League app and go watch the footage of him playing, and you will understand why Haggis got excited about him.
Okay.
He
I haven't
looks
done that.
skinny as a whip. Like him and Ant would have a contest to push each other over, and neither would win. He wears sleeves. Goes for sleeves. You got to love that.
Sleeves.
But throws his body around and tackles hard. For such a light person, he really, like a spider monkey, strokes around him.
So we're finally getting tacklers. Finally getting tackled.
What he's known for, great footy IQ, fierce defensive pressure. Fierce. Marking, vertical leap. He needs to improve his scoreboard and obviously get more than that. He's not known for having a lot of the ball, but he's also very young. Haggis said he was a project player. If left another year, he possibly, what he's getting, he'd be a draft bolter.
Wow.
So what they wanted to do was have a chomp now.
Yep.
And see where it landed up. And you have a look, you can see the rawness in him, but you can see he just goes. And so I can, and to get him in our system, and we'll talk Heath Younie.
That was about,
the development side of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it'd be good. Have you got any other notes there, mate?
No, I didn't know much. I didn't find.
I've been stalking, so that's all right. Usually you're the good stalker.
Yeah,
now,
I've been a bit occupied.
That's okay. Then we go to the rookie picks. Ready? We only took 2. Pick number 7, we picked Ben Keys, forward/midfielder, former Lion, 185 centimetres, 89 kilograms. Hard-working midi, gets the ball on the inside and impacts the scoreboard. Good hands. He played forward for the Neefle Lions, who were premiers. He also captained Queensland, I believe, at one stage. Kicked 43 goals in 16 games.
It's impressive, that.
What he's known for, leadership. Hard trainer, very hard trainer.
By the
Gut runner. Haggis has followed him for years. Haggis has tracked him for years.
Yeah, you said that.
Yep. Professionalism. Versatility. He can play forward, mid, and he believes on the wing as well.
Wow.
So, and he's a lefty.
Program, I like it.
Yep, from the Lions, he's a lefty. Haggis said the thing he's looking at is which players play above state league level. And obviously Ben is definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to keep a Ben theme going.
Clearly.
Rookie pick number,
So we've got 2 Lachlan's.
21. 2 Lachlan's, we've got 2 Bens now.
3 Rory's.
Yeah, we're collecting them all. Rookie pick, Ben Crocker, 188 centimetres, 84 kilos, forward, midfielder/wing from Collingwood. Ex-Collingwood player.
Yep.
Again, another good system, as you would say, Anthony. Marking forward, gut running, versatility, can run up the wing. Good overhead, can take a hanger. Go and have a look. 2Crows, #tweet it out. I put forward the footage of him taking an absolute screamer in the VFL. Captained the Oakley Chargers to a premiership in 2015.
Wow.
Leadership, stands up in big moments, team first player, and a good body
A lot of
size. Themes. And that is it for the players. But is there anything you want to add about him? Because you really liked him. You've got your thoughts on what he could do.
I've got a theory on him and what he could do.
Did you want to go into that now, or you want me to go into my bloody 2 cents worth? Because I've been talking for a while here, Anthony.
Oh, look, I just believe that we could develop Crocker into a tagger.
I like that. Did not think that when I saw him. I thought you might go Keys with that, but he's got that height.
No. Crocker is a tagger, Ali. He's got great defensive pressure, and I reckon if he's a team player, he'll do anything for the team, and I reckon he'll sacrifice his role to do that for the team. That's what I reckon.
Well, yeah, team first, we've got a lot of that.
Yeah, I just think of tagger.
Okay.
Just looking at some of the footage I've seen, I see a tagger in him, so I don't know.
Here's something. Ant's already alluded to this already, but just for my 2 cents, for the overall... What did you rate the draft as, mate? I know what I gave
B+.
Yeah, that's what I'd go...
Not quite an A, but...
Geez, we did bloody well.
Absolutely.
We've also set ourselves up for next year.
Exactly.
Two first-round picks,
right
2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks.
Every round we've got 2 picks.
Up to the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've got the 4th now. We've been trading.
Correct, yeah.
But first 3 rounds have 2 picks in each.
And, with what...
How good's that for
the
Reedy?
recruiting
sitting
team
there...
did, him and Banook.
BK. Oh, BK, you're doing a bloody champion job out there. They'll get
Did you see what BK retweeted?
Which part?
With
the Vontae Mac, no matter what?
No.
Draft day reference.
It's funny. I'll just find it. It's just bringing up Twitter here. Because
Okay.
we're live here on TwoCrowsS Footy.
Yeah, live until we stop recording.
Yeah, that's true. Here.
Read it. Oh, what's this here? You hang up. No, you hang up. #AFL draft.
And then he said Twitter is undefeated.
Nice.
Love it.
My 2 cents worth just for overall. I'm going to bring up some themes and
Yes.
stuff. And the Crows had a big
So
plan.
you've got some trends here,
I do, some trend analysis. Get some field position. No, I'm going to rattle off some things to you, Anthony.
Yep.
And people probably starting to piece together, but I'm going to really give you... I've been sat here and thought about it.
You're really
I
gonna
had like that other cramp on the other side of my brain because I accessed the left
grade it.
and right side of my brain, which
Right.
scary stuff, I can tell you. So I'm going to just say a couple of things here.
Doing hypothesising.
That's the word. Macassey. There we go. I nearly did it.
Okay,
Big raps.
Dada.
Leadership, potential captain.
Yep.
Schoenberg, state MVP. Worrell, prior to shoulder injury, leading goal kicker for Vic Metro. Ronan O'Connor, captain of the Claremont Premiers 2019. Lachlan Gallant, project player, hybrid, got him in early, bolted next year. Rookies, both turned 23 in February. Ben Keys, captain the Lions Neefle side, Premiers in 2019.
He captained that side.
I
did he?
believe so.
Oh, there you go.
All was Queensland, like he's been captain before.
Sure.
Ben Crocker was a former captain of the Oakley Chargers in 2015.
Collingwood really liked him.
So, can you see the trend with every single player we've brought in, bar Gallant, I think, is probably the one.
Well,
and
he's
Worrell,
building.
yeah, and Worrell's brought into other aspects, yep. But that leadership is there. And I probably have mentioned about professionalism.
Team first.
Standards.
Yep.
So we've brought in players to provide leadership. Professionalism, gut runners, leadership. Now, where I want to put this all together.
Oh, yes.
This is where the cauldron came out. Because something just came to me and I was thinking, another thought. All right, cramp. I went back far. I went back not so long ago now. It feels like months ago, but the review.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I see
And
where you're
feedback
going
and little bits and pieces that got out. And I was like, the review results and the future of the Crows. And I just recognised some distinct changes, and listening to a few interviews, especially one with Haggis, I was just piecing things together. And Nixie, there was comments that come out that a lot of younger players felt left out, left behind. They weren't supported. They didn't have that leadership. Preference for senior players. And Dougsy said like that 1 to 4s and then your 4 pluses, they tend to just get a bit forgotten. So what have we got? We've got good young leaders around them to transition to AFL. Keys, leader. Crocker, leader. And Haggis actually said that we've got them to help these young guys transition, and also for elite standards. They both come from good clubs. They're both team first. So I think they're trying to address that gap by bringing in people not only that'll have the standards, but to have people to drive it
and drive them and make them go forward.
And he said also to help them fit into AFL life, like to help them adjust. That is brilliant.
We are flying as one again, aren't we?
I can feel the plane starting to get both wheels off the ground, not just like one on a wonky one that's going like a shopping trolley that takes off in another direction. I think they went away
because I remember when that slogan was released, We Fly as One, it was to bring good people together.
Well, I think now's our chance to actually do it.
Well, they now need to live and breathe that now and actually live by it.
And I think that's why you got your Keys, it's why you got your Crocker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that's brought in there. What I see how it'll benefit it also helps them to transition to AFL. It drives standards. You know, I'm a big one on elite standards, which I think is something that's dropped a little bit.
Yeah. No,
development.
Spot on. Even the way they look, the attire, etc. Terrible.
Yep. Development. It'll help fast track their development. Culture of support, family and professionalism.
Yeah.
And ultimately, here's a word for you: retention.
Well, that's the primary objective.
It's not the primary objective. Is you want happy players. The rest takes care of it.
Well, your culture does that.
Absolutely.
Culture keeps your people,
but retention is a byproduct of these things. I don't think it's the end goal as such. I think it's a byproduct of having these things in place. The other thing, and you've alluded to it before, MVPs, captains, versatile, competitive beasts, tackling machines, good turn of foot. I say that for you.
Yeah, a good run. And a good ride, Ruth, and you had a good turn of foot.
Some others with really good speed marking, pack marking, contested marking. Intercept marking.
As I've said, I think I've been on record saying it on previous podcasts, it's so important to get that contested mark around the ground, but also down the line. And I think having Billy Frampton come in as well.
We forgot about Billy. Yeah. 200 centimetre man, muscle, angry man.
He will be perfect for that outlet.
I wholeheartedly agree.
When we were playing our best, when Sauce was taking those marks down the line, you get all the players going forward of the ball. It's so easy to just turn around. You could trust. And that's the thing, that they need to play on instinct and trust with their teammates. And that all becomes part of what we've recruited here.
So you can see, and someone else pointed this out, so I can't claim credit for it. They said last year was endurance beast. This year is leadership.
Yeah. Okay. And a little bit of mongrel.
Yeah, and a little bit of mongrel this year.
Yeah.
We've got a few mongrels in here, and
pigs
in the middle. Also something that, and I had some thoughts here, and Ant already started running over my tyres, but
well, it's just sort of come to me.
Yeah, I know.
As we were talking about,
had the shitting with it. Haggis is up to something.
Talked out loud.
Yeah, Haggis is up to something. We've obviously got one rookie spot left, and he said, bring in 2 train-on players to see potentially you can take someone in the mid-season. But he also said he has a couple of projects, but he didn't want to give much away. Now, Ant's already mentioned it, and I'm on board.
I did say it quietly, I think. I don't know if
Category B rookies, because we have none right now.
We've got none. And we like to bring those.
We stopped for a while because we had no success, and then we had total success.
Well, Greenwood and Keith.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Got picks. Now we've got players.
Now they've got.
Look what we got, yeah. But that was the age profile.
But as Haggis did say about Greenwood, if we would have given him 2 years, and it was up to him to get those next 2 years.
Yeah.
By working hard.
So he chose not to.
He chose not to.
That's his choice.
And Alex Keith, no grudges against him.
We can't pay him $750,000 a year.
Not at all.
And
you know
what, Ali?
He is the perfect fit for the Western Bulldogs. Perfect fit.
Absolutely.
Because I think they're going to be in the premiership window in the next 3 years.
Yep.
Easy.
I agree.
And they've recruited because they know that.
They've done well.
They've done very well.
And I actually, sidetrack, but I actually love their player, Cody
Luke
Whiteman.
Beveridge.
He's got a great personality. I love him.
And once again, Luke Beveridge will always recruit players. I know it's not up to him who recruits the player, but will always bring in players who have got versatility.
Gee, what have we got in this draft?
I know.
Now, let's
Are you loving the warmth from Nixie through this whole...
Oh, God, yes. But I love the fact he
period?
let the administrator, this is a Haggis draft. They're letting Haggis and Bennock and co, you do your job. You go do your job. Now we're going to really see. Because there's different talks of previously that other coaches have come in and said, oh, no, take this, we want this type of player. When they rated others above them.
Yeah.
So this is best available, and I still think it meets our needs, even though they say best available. I think this is addressing needs across the board.
Yeah,
we've got players
absolutely.
everywhere.
We've players all over the place. It's great.
Which
Good
I
depth.
absolutely love. Absolutely love.
As we've spoken about with our development players through the sample squad being picked up from 2 AFL clubs in Hutchison and Fryer.
Jai
Fryer. Fantastic. So that's a real tick in Heath Younie's cap as well.
I don't think Haggis couldn't have been prouder if he tried. And I love the fact that we're actually saying the person's name and just saying, development squad of this. They're actually going, Heath Younie, you star.
Yeah. Well, Nixie...
And giving him props for it because he's doing a great job. We won one game the year before.
Yeah.
One win off playing in the grand final.
But that's a credit to Heath Younie to go out and scout the countryside.
And which he did.
And then bring them back into our system, develop them, and then those 2 boys... Like, you think about Lockie Murphy as well.
Apparently we're going to take Hutchinson. we were going to try and look at him.
Okay.
But he got picked up early.
He was on a main list now. So
good on him.
Fantastic.
So, Farah come from Halls Creek.
Yeah, right. Someone tweeted last night that the Crows development squads had more sample players come out of that squad than 5 other sample clubs.
Yep.
Which is... That makes me a bit...
It is. I think that it's a good thing that it's...
And they say that that's bad for the sample. These AFL non-haters.
But these were players that wouldn't have played in the SANFL though. They wouldn't have played in the SANFL if it wasn't for the Crows.
That's right.
Because they've come from everywhere, and now he's setting up where people are going to come to him and go, oi, I want to get picked up by an AFL club, so I'm going to move over here. Like Lockie Murphy moved over here, didn't he?
Yeah.
To come and try and get a game.
In the Cromania store and then
but they'd come over here to try and get their opportunity. Now, who
even
doesn't want a player that does that?
Even Murphy acknowledged the great program.
Yep. But who doesn't want a player that's prepared to uproot their life for an opportunity?
Absolutely.
And no guarantees.
That's right.
So we didn't pick up Matthews. Be interesting to see if he's trains on with us.
I reckon he will.
Yeah, I would not going to surprise me.
So
Heath Younie,
so when they say a train on, is Is that potentially for the mid-season draft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
So essentially, you get them
wrong.
into the system program,
Yeah.
build them
See
up,
how
see
they go.
how they go in the environment, and then
You don't have to. I
Go
think
from
some of
there.
them didn't come through that way, but I think there's some opportunities in there that you. Oh no! There's another opportunity to pick someone up. No, there is another
if there's
opportunity.
an injury or something.
No, because you got to leave the list spot available, and then there's like a second or a third. You know how there's just. It's not the mid-season draft. It's like
So
you have an opportunity
essentially-
to draft someone else, like a.
You're adding
pick
players
someone
all
up.
the time.
Well, just this once. It's like another time, yeah. I do remember reading about it. I
That's
should have
interesting.
got the details.
Yeah,
on
you
it.
should have got the deets on that,
Oh,
Ali.
yeah, you should.
I didn't know. I thought this trade-on business was for the mid-season
No.
draft.
I remember reading something now.
There you
There's
go.
another
Well,
opportunity
that's new to
pick
me.
players up.
There you go.
It is new. I think it was probably in last year or something like that. So it's one of those
There
weird
you go.
things that all of a sudden someone's got picked up a player on their list and you're like, well, they didn't go through a draft. It's one of those.
Oh,
opportunities,
okay. Something with the AFL.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so do you rate what we were able to
Oh,
achieve in the draft?
absolutely.
Were you surprised at anything in particular?
No.
I was surprised with some of our picks. I was surprised Worrell was still there because there were a few clubs chasing him, but I think they were hoping you'd drop a little bit.
I think I went into this draft, Ali, with a real open mind. I didn't want to be disappointed and I didn't want to get excited. So I had a different perspective on it this year.
Well, I think we're just open to we just trust him.
And
in
it
the
was a little
process.
bit hard also this year because we weren't sure on what we were going to do with pick 4. So it took me a while to actually
gotcha.
study players. So I didn't have that
It came in
attachment.
late.
Yeah. Didn't have that attachment of, I want that player.
That pick, because you never know where your pick's
That's
going to
right.
Could have been
So-
traded on the night.
Yeah, and then it was funny, we spoke that day and we traded our pick 4 for
Yeah,
pick
we did.
6. So
2 minutes later, I think
it was
we
quite
were,
interesting.
we were on the phone or just hung up.
Yeah,
and
just hung up.
Pick's gone.
And we'd spoken about it in that phone conversation.
Yeah.
Weird.
I've got a question for you, Anne.
Yes.
Now, we think we did okay. Now, obviously, there's draft winners, and I'm not going to say losers, because no one loses in a draft, because let's face it, everyone wants to say people are winners, but really, none of these players have played AFL yet. So
that's right.
You don't know.
You don't know.
People can look like they've won the draft 20 times over, or won a trade period.
Port Adelaide they have.
Oh, they're always winning. They can't, always winning. But it's what you do with it.
The Martins.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
how you
who
develop
do
it.
you think... I've got my opinion. I think we actually agree
I think
on
we
this.
align here, Ali.
Our big winners of the draft, to me, someone that played the hard game but got what they wanted out of it. I think we both agree. 1, 2, 3.
Freo Dockers, Ali.
Freo, yep.
Yeah.
The 3 they got, Hayden Young, could have gone pick
tick.
3.
Yeah.
Caleb Sarong, people had him up for pick 4. Liam Henry,
Well,
could have gone top
they're
5.
academy players. Yeah. He looks outstanding.
He's
He's got a tie business.
Yeah, tied to
Mate.
culture.
Yeah.
Get a prop
I
in
like
there
that.
for you. Hashtag tied to culture there,
I
Liam
like
Henry.
that.
Great
Yeah,
idea.
I've seen
Guys
that
look
on
fabulous.
Twitter last night.
He's still for all AFL clubs. I love them. I thought they looked
I
fabulous.
didn't. Yeah.
But I think they were the winners. Now everyone goes, "No, Gold Coast Sun goes, Gold Coast scum."
Oh, seriously. Gold
You
Coast.
just, I loved them, and now I'm over them.
You
because
loved them
I didn't
because
have
they
to- I had a
sucked all the
soft spot-
time.
No. I was like, I think I had a soft spot for them.
because you
So I'm
felt
like,
sorry for them.
And now I'm like, you know what? Handout City.
Oh, seriously.
Like their recruiter, they're going, their recruiter's done brilliantly. I'm like, what? You get first 2-round picks and 3 picks thrown at you left, right, and centre.
Because of incompetence of management and culture.
So now I'm past
seriously.
But I think now
And then what
they're
do they
getting
do?
good players.
What do? They get that
Pick
priority
10
pick.
or pick 11.
Pick 11 and they trade it out. Well, you should have to keep that pick. You
No,
cried
they're allowed
wolf
to do what they want.
to the
yeah.
AFL. Give me compensation.
But they
give me
rated this. They
compensation.
tried to say they rated this player, and now everyone's
Jeremy
going.
Sharp.
He's a good player.
He it was
but
on my
is he,
radar.
Is
but
he up that high?
no, heck no.
There you go.
I don't
So
think he was
I think,
pick 27. I was a
to
bit annoyed.
me, Gold Coast Suns are the one you want to do a deal with because they like panic buy.
Yes.
You know, like someone selling something, go, maybe you shouldn't.
So-
have. They're like the Homer Simpson. They'll overpay just to get
Geelong-
something that they think they want.
Looking back on that trade they did with West Coast for Kelly, they actually did all right out of that.
Of course they did, but the AFL helped that go through.
Yeah, of
They
course.
went to the AFL for more money.
More compo, so they could keep Kelly, so they could give him family.
He was always going.
Absolutely, he was.
So, but here we go. The potential
Imagine
draft.
if the Crows did that.
No, it's not going to happen. Potential draft bust. My team that I think has the biggest potential to be a bust,
Ali, quieten those cats down.
yeah, is the Demons.
I don't rate.
It's not that I don't rate their
I don't like
players. No. It's not that I don't rate the players because I think Cozzy Pickett Could be anything. But that is the question. He's a high risk, high reward player.
To take him at what, pick 11 or whatever it was?
10 or 11, yeah. But he's a high risk, high reward. Still needs a lot of work.
Oh,
I think they got shiny toyitis as in he's got some beautiful tricks. Like he could be.
He can hit
top
hard.
Notch. But I think
him on the outside.
I think they got lured in with like this highlights package.
Like they're thinking of Pickett, who used to play for Port.
Now there's another Pickett he's related to too that he didn't sort of allude to that. Everyone else is, but he's gone somewhere else. But also with and everyone goes, well, Luke Jackson. Oh, everyone wanted him. But I found something interesting. A few of the recruiters were saying was that they see him. He's not going to grow much more, and he's 198 centimeters. So
who? Luke Jackson.
Yeah, or 200, 198 or 200. So I'll just get you there.
I'll have a look here, Ali.
Yeah, you do that.
I'll go onto the draft.
You do that.
Information page. Hey?
Okay, then that would be.
So Luke Jackson, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
How tall is he? Give me something. Eh? Give me
Luke
something.
Luke Jackson, Ali. He is 94
kilos
centimeters. And 198 centimeters.
There you go. So.
But when they all going on about his ground ball gets.
Yeah, he is 198 centimeters.
His handballing.
Yeah, awesome. Good on him.
Everything's
but
going
when they talked to Haggis, he said he saw him more as a forward ruck, not a ruck forward.
Okay.
No. Would you pay pick 3?
No, I wouldn't.
For the potential of that, because they're looking at him as a ruck. A lot of recruiters are saying, nah, he's a forward. He's not going to grow much more. His body and everything else, he's not going to be able to.
So they think that he's going to be Max Gawn replacement.
Yeah.
So why did Braden Pruce go to Melbourne then?
Because he wanted the money. Does that make sense?
His draft range was from 3 to 12, but
yep. I don't think he's a 3. I could be very wrong. Happy to be proven wrong, but no, I don't rate him as much as others do. I would have taken Green. I would have taken Hayden Young. I would have taken Dylan Stevens. I would have taken Fisher Mackesy.
Yeah.
All before him. He's up there, but he's...
It is very unusual to use a pick 3 on a ruck.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not a ruck though.
And then,
he's not a ruck. He's 198 centimetres. JJ's taller than him.
Yeah. But if what's his leap like? Because that's another factor with it. But does that make sense?
He's very good around the ground, and I think they're trying. But
if you're a forward, you're going to be running around the ground.
They're trying to think that it's Grundy. They're getting
That's
a Grundy.
exactly what they're doing. So again, they've got sucked in by highlights.
Yeah.
That's what I think Melbourne have done, and I think they're. I don't actually hope this on them, but I think they're the biggest potential to bust the draft. I don't want it to be us. I'm just saying, putting that out there.
I don't think it's us because we've got a lot of variation there.
We've covered it. It's not all eggs in one basket type of thing.
So.
Okay, so that's I just wanted to mention that up.
Very broad there.
Should we move on to what's happening now with the boys?
Sure.
Pre-season. It started.
Under Matthew Nicks, Ellie. I like Nixie.
No, I love Nixie. I want to see more of him, to be honest.
So do I.
He's a bit busy though, Ant.
He's very busy. He's there consoling parents. He's travelling around the countryside.
Yep.
He's flown into the club today.
Yep.
He's thank goodness we've got a sponsorship with John Travolta.
With the old airlines. He's getting out and about.
That's a scoop, by the way.
Coming back over. But the pre-season
they got the handover on Monday.
Who to watch? Now, we've already had the 2K time trials, which people love to see who comes up in them.
Jonesy.
Jones boy. Really like Chase Jones.
I like Jones as well.
Yeah. Second, Ned McHenry, just for you, JJ, right in there, just sink the boot in.
Do you want me to pull that knife out of your back, mate?
Mr. Jones and me. Next, Ned McHenry coming in the running. Also, little Kelly, little Ball. He got up there in the running.
What about Knight? Because he normally does quite well.
Fogg got in the top 5 in one group.
What about O'Brien?
Riley O'Brien was up there again. So we've got some people. Fogg. I like the sound that Fogg's coming in with his endurance.
Well, you know, Nixie. That's what did he say on Triple M?
What did he say, Anthony?
About Fogarty. About Fogarty.
Fogarty. That's his favourite player.
Yeah.
That's his favourite son.
Favourite son.
And Rory's now second because he said he's like the kid you forget about.
Yeah.
I like that Nixie's got a sense of humour too, by the way.
Well, that's the other thing they talk about as well, is he's actually very good at taking the piss out of himself.
Yeah, I love it.
I like that.
And he just like who would come along and say, "Oh, Rory, yeah, he's like your second child, the one you just don't care very much about."
That's right.
And people, and I'm like, he's just having a joke.
That's a headline grabber.
Yeah, that's exactly. They're always grabbing something
for the Crowies, anyway.
So who to watch? Obviously, who could debut? Who could be a debundant?
Debundant, Sally.
McHenry.
McHenry for sure.
Absolutely.
I reckon Mackesy could definitely go.
Okay, yeah. What about, I want Ryan and O'Connor, just want to go. And I'm going to be like dancing.
Ronan O'Connor. He's got a name and ring to it, doesn't it?
Right.
Ronan O'Connor.
Pig boy. He's my pig boy.
Has he got an Irish background?
I've got no idea. I just want to play Piggy in the middle.
I don't know, we've got so much shiny
Butts.
Toyota Stallions.
Butts.
Oh, yes.
Butsy.
Tommy Douday loves Butsy.
Shane McAdam, will he get a
He
shot?
could, yeah. He's that hybrid Ford I'm looking for. We need a
Showy,
hybrid
you
Ford.
said Showy you thought might be
I
able to
reckon
get
he
a
could
run.
go,
He'd
Dr.
have to get his
Scholl,
tank.
yeah.
Showy.
Oh,
Schoenberg.
Schoenberg.
He might be able
Yeah, I
he's
think
gotta get his
he
tank.
needs to, as I said, he needs to get out of the,
Get his tank.
graduate from the Fat Club.
I don't like that term.
Well, that's what they call it at the
I
Crows.
don't like it. What about Crocker and Keys? Every chance,
No,
really.
absolutely.
I think, really,
Train-
Dixie's like, opened up the gates and said,
He's let all the kids in.
who wants to play football?
Mm.
There's no more favourite sons. There's no more picking the senior side because you feel like you owe them something. It's no more. We've got
They've
so many new players.
released the shackles a little bit,
Not
haven't
even
they?
released the shackles, they've just
Well,
taken the shackles off.
they've taken the lock off the gate. I'll
Yeah,
put some
that's
more
it. That's the
choke
one.
in it.
That's the one. They've got the ankle chains off. They're allowed out of the back
They're
room.
out of the.
They're in the
Ooh.
sun. They're running around.
They're running around. They're getting
Oh,
some
I can't
vitamin
wait.
D.
I'm really keen to see who plays JLT.
Oh, it's exciting.
I think we're going to play so many players that we'll wish we had 3 rounds of JLT again because we're going to want to see more.
How
and
many
more.
have we got? 1 or 2
I don't
rounds.
know.
It's
I
not
think it's
JLT
2.
anymore, is it?
Oh, whatever they call it.
I don't
The
even know
run
what it's
around
called.
and get kicks for the new kids.
Bryce Gibbs, what happens with Gibbsy? Does he?
Gibbsy, yeah. I'm hoping he knocks
I
it
hope
out
he
the park.
Shuts the. Actually, I hope for his sake that he has a good year.
He seems so much. All of them seem
He
happy.
seemed happy. Like even like you know how
I'm
I loved how the social media guys, Kieran and his crew.
Yep. KT. I think that they're brilliant.
They've really haven't they lifted their game? The social media team,
Well, actually, another thing.
haven't they?
Not even lifted. I think there's another part.
They've
is
gone
that
to another level with that FaceTime business.
Yeah,
that
I
was
like that.
very, very well done.
Oh,
but
I
just
do like
watching the boys in the background with how
shovel
happy
it.
they appear to be around each other.
Yeah.
Which is all about that connectionality.
Oh God. But what I do like is people seem to actually
Communication.
be like people in interviews now. They're actually showing their personalities, not
Personality.
going to script and robots. Which, I'll be honest, that's what it felt like.
Well-
saying what you're supposed to say, not saying what you really want.
That's right. Schoenberg said in that press conference today, I heard him say, "I just want to be me.
Yep.
Want to be me. Let them be themselves, Adelaide. Just let
We've got
them be
someone
themselves."
with almost sleeves of tats, both arms, apricot slice getting
We've turned
dropped everywhere. Shardy, someone said, being spat out at morning breakfast.
We've had to go to the
God for
friggin'
that.
Scotch. We've gone to the
Oh,
Spirits.
no, I love it. We'll get the West End out soon.
At least
Not quite. We're not that. People, don't turn off. Don't turn off. We're not going to get the West End out. Don't worry. We'll just be a bit sad. You're getting the pirate life. It's down there. But no, I'm
I think
actually...
that's posh alley.
Yeah, it's uptown. Drinking out the good beer.
In the Bronx.
Don't talk it up. No, I'm mega happy to see we've got so much change, and I think all the change been for the better. We still haven't got our head of footy.
No.
There's so many rumours about who it would.
Oh,
Let's
what
not
about
even
that
bother.
article from-
No, don't
from-
even. No,
Oh.
don't even mention. Yeah.
I just about made myself
That's a good
sick.
boy, Ant. You just spat it right out before you said no airtime for them. No airtime for them. Kane Corns has talked some sense. Quick, get some
What?
soap, wash my mouth out. Quick, get some soap, wash my
Howie.
mouth out. Well, he just was saying some interesting things just about, well, I suppose Jack Lukosius was one. Where he
Oh,
said,
that's right.
he said he didn't like the way Connor Ozee was mobbed by fans. And I thought, well, because it's Port, he's not going to crack the club, is he? And say, oh, they're fans. He cracked Luco instead. But he did make a point, as much as I don't like to admit it. It's like spitting out venom. You're in to play an AFL system. You're there to win a premiership. You want to get in at a club and be part of it, not be scared of its members. not be scared and go hide away in a club that doesn't have much recognition in the hope something turns around in the next 10 years because you're getting paid gajillion dollars. If that's all you want out of football, you know what? Fine.
Go up there.
Go up there,
Simple.
do that. But that was a bit of a slap, I think, to SA because we are so proud of our footy and we all love our football. Latte supporters included in this, that it was a big slap to fans saying that, they get too much recognition. I'm like, well, of course we're footy bloody mad. That's what our state prides itself in.
AFL second to that state up there, so...
But that's what some of them like. If you don't like the attention, you go up there.
Yeah.
But that's like having everything on your own terms. I want a premiership, but I don't want people to come up and talk to me. And I don't want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's probably not...
Isn't it part of being a professional?
I think he's actually...
He hasn't helped.
He hasn't helped himself because
if they play here against Port, it'll be interesting the reception he gets from Port fans.
But in saying that, if he ever wanted to come back to Adelaide, I don't think we'd ever pick him up.
Patenting on, I think we've got. We know Luco's not coming back. Why do you think we're so keen on Mackesy? Just putting that out.
Yeah, true.
That's your player. It'll be interesting to see how they track. Even though one's got a couple of years up on each other, but
One.
Close enough. Yeah. So ahead of football, still haven't got. We got Harps doing it in the interim. I'm still wearing a black armband for Chelsea Randall. Just
terrible news there, wasn't it?
Could have burst that.
But lovely recognition by the recruiting team as well.
Absolutely, thank you for that. Yep, just saying that they're thinking of her. They had it plastered on their computer during the draft.
It once again says that we're a whole club.
Yep, the family. Welcome them to the family. And the players and the external players, Nick Nadnui getting around Chelsea, like all these
she's
people.
loved, isn't she?
She's loved across the whole, and even Haggis saying, if you could recruit, you could use Chelsea Randall as the ideal personality to recruit. You couldn't lose. Yeah. Her work ethic and style. So Chelsea, we think absolute the best.
She's a ripper.
You hands down. If you could just get her into the team, I really hope she ends up in the AFL system, or she might want to just stay in the women's, which is fine. Yeah. I don't want to say like the women's, men's, but at the moment the men's team is the elite team. I think she could bring so much
leadership.
Yep.
She would make the perfect person for that leadership and culture role.
Oh, absolutely. Once she retires.
But Development and
She's
skills.
working with development, the academies.
Development and skills, I reckon she would be phenomenal at.
Yeah. We love you, Chelsea. You are a champion. I just wish you were playing. So we haven't got any captains at the moment. No. We don't know if Aaron will play or not.
So let's predict there. I'm going to say Sarah Allen.
Yeah, they're talking up there. It could be Foley, it could be CJ. I'd love to see if Ebony's... I'd like to see her get into the leadership side. I think she's in there. You got Gummo.
Yeah, true.
So we'll have to get talking about that. So this is the end, just that side of it, but we might be able to chuck in a few potties in between here and there.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to talk about for the draft?
No.
I'm happy.
We've
got some really interesting players. That's the word I want.
We've got a bit of a what's the word? Mixed bag. Mixed bag of
That's great.
Of recruits, draftees.
Well, no one just wants to eat the same. No one wants to eat the same lolly every day.
No, that's right.
Got to have
particularly your lollies.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Hey, you've been cleaning them up.
I've been eating your
minties. Put
minties.
the lid on the jar properly. Jeez, he's been eating my bloody minties. And then he kicks me. He doesn't like minties.
Since I've been here, I've eaten half a jar.
But anyway, so that's sort of it for now. Until something interesting happens, or
we'll have a breaking.
Yeah, breaking transmission. Thank you. We've also, for both Ant and I, just want to thank everybody. We've had our best year ever, not only on the Twitter sphere, but growth-wise for our potty. So thank you everyone for listening and liking, sharing and retweeting, and go on, Ant. Hashtagging it out.
And sharing it out, because we've been really grateful and fortunate, haven't we?
Yep, absolutely. Love everybody.
With the growth and what we've been able to
We don't even mind you having a crack. Don't mind you having a crack. As long as you're polite. Just no swearing. I can't like your tweets under Two Crows if you swear. So
I would.
Ant does.
I'll find your tweets and I'll like it on behalf of Two Crows.
No, we didn't like that. But no, keep the questions, ideas and stuff coming through. More than happy to hear from them. Ant and I have had a great year. The Crows had an absolute crap year. We had a great year.
24 episodes.
Yeah, 24. Count them. We just did. That's it.
It's been a lot of hard work, particularly this year. It's been pretty arduous and
you've had a lot going on.
Crappy.
Yeah.
It's been shit, actually. It's been shit. And it's been hard to get you up for podcasts because we had such a dour year.
Yeah, and me personally, so
Yeah,
I've had a
lot of
pretty tough year personally.
sad events going on. And
yeah, so Ant's also helped me through some of that stuff, and you've had stuff going on, and so this life happens sometimes.
We're humans, Ali.
Yeah, life happens. So I just want to thank everyone for that and some good messages, and hopefully we'll do a few more, but if not, bigger and better.
Yes.
The next year, Ramsey's just
He's
had to have
signing
the
out
last
too.
bloody word.
He's signing off.
So from Two Crows here, Ali and
Thank
Ant,
you.
it's good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
Night, people.
Hashtag TwoCrowsS Footy.
Hashtag it out.
Brought to you by Two Crows